Well, here we are with another conversation about NFTs. I'm excited to learn about ENS, some really cool things about what you and your team have worked on. Could you please introduce yourself to me? And we'll jump in and I'll ask you a couple questions.
Great. Yeah, I'm Brantley Dottie, Director of Operations at ENS. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah. So ENS might be the oldest NFT project in some regards. Do you want to give some background on that? Maybe we could talk about the avatar support and just dive in on a couple things.
Yeah, so I'd say oldest continuously running NFT project. Of course, there's pre-Ethereum NFT projects. There was Ethereum early, but ENS launched May 4th, 2017, which was 5 days before Curio cards and about 6 weeks before CryptoPunks. And at that time, there wasn't even an NFT standard. In fact, I'm not even sure I'd heard the term NFT at that time. And then since then, ENS has upgraded to adopt the ERC 721 standard, and now we'll be soon upgrading to the 1155. Yeah, ENS has been around a long time.
And as far as the support for Avatar that is being developed, do you want to give a bit of insight? There's a lot of folks that would be interested in what you guys are working on there.
Yes. So the avatar support fits into really the primary use case for ENS, which is that it's your cross-platform portable Web3 username and profile that you own. So if the Web 2 model is that, for each service you have your own, you have a separate username and account siloed in each service. The Web 3 model is that you control your account, you own your username yourself, you have self-custody of it, and you take it to each service. So like I own Brantley.eth, I have it says my primary ENS name. If I go on OpenSea, it's there at the top of my profile. If I go to Uniswap, it's there in the corner. If I go to Snapshot, I'm identified this way. Sushi, all these play CryptoVoxels, which is really powerful. And we just added, we're increasing the amount, the things you can store in your profile. And we just upgrade our avatar record. Basically, you can designate an NFT that you own as the avatar of your ENS profile. And so now not only can services, on every single service use your ENS name, it can also use an NFT avatar that you designate, which I think is really cool. So you put your ape or your punk or your penguin or whatever you want, and that now travels with you automatically. You don't have to do anything else once you've set it up. One thing that people have found particularly fun about it is that, so ENS names themselves are NFTs, and there's like an image that shows up, like on OpenSea wallets. Well, if you set an avatar, the background of that image becomes your avatar with an overlay that has the ENS logo and your name on it. And it has this combination of your avatar and your name together and really represents the fact this is your Web3 identity, which is, it's really fun. People have been liking it a lot.
Talk to me a bit about the community that's been developed and the community that you'd like to see cultivated over time.
Yeah, there's well over 100,000 people using ENS. It's grown very fast, and ENS it's an open public protocol. There's no private investors, no private interests involved. Even the small amounts of money that are raised by the protocol go back to the community, and because we view this as a new protocol of the internet. So our community has been crucial of people talking about ENS, showing it off, integrating it places. That's been very powerful.
With 100,000 people advocating for this community and this technology, maybe they might look to you for some direction on how to best tell the story, how to best promote. If somebody in the community wants to try and tell the story about ENS and what's being developed and why it would be good to engage, how might they best tell new people about it? Like, what's the high level narrative, the high level overview that you think people would want to use to invite people into this?
Yeah, I'd say it's your username for the internet that you own, self-custody. That's powerful, that only one person in the world can be Brantley.eth, and I've got it. Sorry, other Brantleys. And then it's not only your profile, then you can also use it to receive any crypto payments. So Simplify, you can use not only receive Ether or NFTs, you can also receive Bitcoin, Dogecoin, anything that you set up. You can even set up a decentralized website. We even actually have some browser support for that. So it's ENS names are also cheap. Gas costs are high, but the ENS protocol fee for most names is just $5. Anybody can get one. There's an infinite number. I think it's like the best NFT club in the world that anybody can join, and is actually useful.
Maybe the final thing I could ask you about is the future. I'm not asking you to tell me what's going to happen in the future, but if you could have a positive projection, let's say I say NFT 2024, and you think about what's developed over the next couple of years, what are you hopeful for? What are you looking toward?
Yeah. Oh no, and we're completely open about everything. We're open, the develop core team, and we have contributions from everybody. So there's not really secrets here. One thing I'm really excited about is the Sign In with Ethereum initiative, which is basically sign in with Ethereum is also already widely used in Web3. You connect or sign in with your Ethereum wallet, and it can use your ENS name, default to that, and now your avatar in some places. We're trying to standardize that with best practices now with the Ethereum Foundation and with lots of other people in the community, to one, have best practices for Web3, but also so that Web2 services can offer it as an option. So our vision is that for any service, whether even if it's not crypto related, you should be able to sign in basically with your MetaMask, and it defaults to your ENS name and avatar, and that's your account for the internet.
I'm glad you jumped in and joined us. Maybe a final word. If you had all the billboards in Times Square, what's a message that you'd want to give to the 5,000 plus people coming to NFT NYC?
That ENS is the new identity layer of the internet, and that we are early, and it's for everybody, and it's for the people.
I love that. Thank you, Brantley. For anybody that's watching us live or sees the archive, thank you for your attention. I'll be back again with another one of these conversations soon. My name is Ian Utilli. I'm one of the co-producers at NFT NYC, and we like bringing these amazing people like you, Brantley, to the community so they can get to know you before the busyness of the big event happening in November. So thank